2 to 22 forecast. You never know what you're going to wake up to. About 14 inches earlier in the week to, in this shady side, we're down to about 4 now. I covered up where the stairs is going to go with cardboard, so all the gravel I put down didn't get soaked in snow and ice. So maybe tomorrow the sun gets on this in the afternoon and I think it'll go away. For the snow to go away, this last storm, usually it's gone in a day or two, but it is the shortest sunlight week of the year. Okay, but I'll tell you what, that cardboard did a great job. No ice, no nothing. Okay, let me get this place cleaned up and then get our first couple logs prepped. Okay, I got the gravel cleared out and I just checked my measurements. So what I did was I got my first log here and I just got a 45 mark. Now I kind of took a straight line, as straight as I could, to determine the front edge, and then I'm going to cut this with the chainsaw, get it in place, and the other pieces are just going to get cut in to fit it. I determined the length of the long points here based on, I'm going to have a handrail that comes down from both the upright logs here. So what I did was I got my measurement and I made that my long point there. Now something you can do, I did this with a chainsaw. If you're afraid of the chainsaw, you can use a handsaw or just a skill saw and then finish the cut through with a sawzall or something. But here's a real nice way to know if you've got a good cut. So here you can see that when I cut my other piece, if I follow that same angle, I got a nice square corner. Okay, now I got to do a little more prep work on the sides over here and get some timber locks out to bolt this bottom center together. So I'm going to do that next. Okay, so I measured from that foundation post there on both sides 40 inches out from my front. So now I'm going to cut two 40-inch long point pieces. And actually, we're on solid rock here. This is a big rock shelf. So what I'm doing is I just cleared away some of the sawdust and junk from working on the cabin. But I'm going to be putting gravel underneath this here. And what I'll do is I'm going to treat these pieces just like I do fence posts with some used motor oil. And you do that periodically. And these things will last forever. Okay. Okay, I've got the marks made, and what I'm going to do now is see if I can't cut this. Most important thing to keep it nice and plumb. Okay, there's one. I got to make another one, then I'm going to put them together, and then we'll lay them out down on the ground. Okay, what I'm using here is they're called timber locks. These are 6 inches I put in with a 5/16 inch tip on the ratchet drill. So what I'm doing is I got one started here on the outside corner, and just to make life a little easier for the first one, I got it laid up on the porch. I got my tops aligned, and then I'm just going to pull the joint together and make it happen. Those things actually pull the joints together real nice and tight. So I'm going to put 2 in each corner. Okay, that came out nice. So what I'm going to do now is go get the other side done and then lay it down on the ground. Okay, I've got the miters done on the corners, both ends. So what I'm going to do now is lay it down on my base, get it all level, and then I'm going to determine that measurement that I have. I have 28 inches to the ground, so the top of the riser piece, which is this log, and the first tread RB 21 inches level off of the deck. So I got to get, so what I'll do is I'll just go 21 plus 3.5. Right now go 24.5 and get this set level all the way around. Okay, I had to trim off a little corner on this side because the caisson sticks out, the concrete form from this measurement here, and that's where everything's measured for. So now I can just butt this back into the caisson and get this thing nice and level. Okay, I've got the gravel and the first layer all leveled out, locked in level, front to back, and then also horizontally here. So I had an old Doug fir beam that I just cleaned up the ends on, and it's not going to ever be seen in here, but it's just part of the structure to lock it all together. So there's the first tread. So what I'm going to do now is I got everything up off the ground really good, is I'm going to take my air gun and blow out as much of that sawdust as I can, and then I'm going to put some oil on the inside. I'll get some more later on the outside, but I'm not going to be able to get to it anymore once I get this done in here. Okay, I got a little trimming up to do here, and then I'm done with this first step. Okay, there's the first riser log and the first tread, and we're going to be just carrying that in around for another 2 steps going up. And I'll just make sure all the rocks are nice and tight underneath there. And I'm probably going to put one in the back, in the middle of big rock, and pinch it in there so I got something to support for the middle of the treads of the ones going up. But so far so good. We got some more snow in the forecast, but if I get this covered up, I can always work on it because I got all my wood covered up on the porch. Okay, so now I'm going to clean up. Okay, got the first step and riser in all the way around, so I'm ready. Got the timber locks holding it down into the log, and it's basically floating on the rocks, but you get that equal pressure everywhere. It's not going anywhere. And what I'll do is in the back here, I'm going to put some studs in between and tie it into the deck itself to lock in where the back of these steps go. Okay, so next thing I got to do now is bring down some more of the log pieces that I prepped and get ready to do the side and the front. Determine what the treads are going to be. All the treads are about the same size, so I got plenty to work with. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this drip, because if we get more snow, I'm going to have to put a piece of flashing up somewhere to redirect it so I'm not getting it down my back. Okay, so the next thing is, like I said, get those logs ready for the next step.